Hi. We have
Hello.
Philip, supermodel extraordinaire, joining us. Thank you
Oh my gosh, no. I'm with Alex Jenny, literally the angel on earth.
so
I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
much. You are the moment. So, of course, we had to have you on the moment.
No, literally, you are the moment. Look at your fit today. Oh my god, look at this. It's everything. Literally everything.
I had to do it for you. You know what I mean?
Listen, it's giving. You're giving me like you're giving me share. Honestly, it's giving share.
Wow.
It's giving share. It's giving 100% share.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's all for you. It's all for you. To start off, congrats on being a part of Kalina Strada's Animorphs Runway. That was so.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You made looking like a frog the absolute moment.
Honestly, I think it's one of my favorites I've ever done, ever. Probably through my career history so far. Definitely that look is one of my favorites.
What has been some of your favorite looks throughout your career? And
I'm really blessed where at this point I have like done work where like I've been dressed up, like I've been tugged and thrown about to get in some garments, honey. So like, I've had experience with some clothes and I know what makes me feel confident on set. And I think honestly that when I did Vogue with Chella and Mary V, when we had our online feature, that was such a moment because I felt like we were able to kind of have a bit of creative over that where we were like reflecting ourselves that way. So I said, you know what? I feel like I want to show the world that for our Vogue debut piece, I want us to like feel like ourselves. And I feel like we found stylists because stylists are literally like the love of my life, honestly. Like a stylist is what makes everything work in fashion. And I think that we found a stylist who really understood that we wanted to be ourselves. And the stylist pulled like Prada, and I'm just like, Prada? Prada, not Prada, honey, not Prada. We were like, I want to feel like I'm in Final Fantasy.
mm,
And what's more Final Fantasy than like lightning and like her vest and like her pink hair? I had a portrait for Vogue where I had pink hair and a Prada vest because I wanted to imitate lightning and feel like myself.
yes.
And but I feel like I'm a chameleon where I'm changing myself every time I do something to show some versatility.
Mm, yes. Yes. Absolutely. I think about all the looks that you've served throughout your career, and yeah, they are versatile, and you are really intentional about saying like, I can do the high fashion runway. I can do, sexy. I can do whatever you need me to do.
I think that I have definitely been very intentionally provocative with my style.
Mm,
And I think that stylists have also understood that we're like, I've been thinking a lot lately about how through the course of my modeling career, it's just been like very like provocative in a way. Not inherently provocative, but people are provoked by the idea of me existing in the space of fashion, high fashion, starting conversations with clients about disability and transness in fashion. They think that is something that provokes. They think that is a provocative idea. I simply see it as me existing as an artist and as a young girl. What about me doing what I'm doing is actually provocative when I'm just representing the world? I never thought of what I was doing as provocative, but people seem to think that it was. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense at all?
it does. It does. It's kind of think makes me think of this idea of like the fetishization of representation itself.
Yes.
That
Yes.
as you with the identities that you hold are somehow inherently, yeah, provocative, as you said, just because of the identities that you hold. And we need to be able to get past that so that way we can actually honor your actual talent without always tying it to the ways in which you're oppressed.
Yes. Yes. I can't. You took the words right out of my mouth, my love. Because, yes, it's like when people see a talent that's not what is represented, they're so quick to kind of pigeonhole them and kind of, put this kind of like weird magnifying glass on them because they are who they are, versus seeing that they're a talent who wants to do the opportunities that other talents can do. I never really understood that. How you can see someone and just kind of reduce them to one facet of who they are and put it on a magnifying glass for people to examine them like they're, an experiment.
Absolutely. Yeah, identity politics has taken us far, and it won't be the thing that takes us to liberation.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
What's your favorite part of the glam process?
Oh my God, the glam process. Okay. Oh my God. You're just making me think so much right now. Thank you for all these questions. You're just like expanding my brain a little bit. I'm thinking right now about how blessed I am to have such creative control over the glam process in general. For many of the opportunities that I've had, I've been able to work very closely with the makeup artists that work on me and my looks for events and photo shoots. I've been really blessed to have that. I think it's because I've been able to connect with, them as artists and kind of create a vision collectively. I think context is really good to build on when it comes to creating a solid look.
Vision, intention, context. Yeah.
Intention. I'm telling you. Like, really though.
Mm-hmm. Yes. This wasn't by accident, right?
This wasn't by accident. This was intentional.
My next question is, what helps you discern between bookings that may be more interested in virtue signaling than actual inclusivity? Like, how do you figure that out for yourself, and what do you look for?
That is an incredible question. Like, literally incredible, because it's something that I've been grappling with my entire career as a model.
Yeah, it's something I struggle with, even, in
literally
things I take on and what things I agree to. So I'm curious how you navigate it.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first started modeling, people just didn't know what to do with the idea of me at all whatsoever. So these buzzwords that they use in articles to like, because I was never just the model Aaron Phillip. I was always trans disabled model Aaron Phillip. I had to be connected with my identity to something huge to make a headline. At the time I started modeling, I was not signed yet, but I was having a lot of media attention for some reason. Like, there was a frenzy over me. Like, the way that they do it, it brought in a lot of like harassment my way. It's it's messed up because me being trans disabled model Aaron Phillip should not have brought me harassment at all whatsoever. That should have not have elicited any type of violence. But it did. And that was something I faced where like it got to a point where like online on Twitter, I was bullied for months on end. I was harassed in my DMs. I was getting death threats. I was getting like dox threats. Like, they were hitting up my mom with fake tweets that I made about horrible things, like atrocious things. Like, it was messed up. And then it's also the fact that people have always considered me to be an activist because I am Black, trans, and disabled and modeling, and because I don't think people realize that I didn't have a choice. That wasn't activism. I had no choice. Like, I don't think people ever understood that. That was not activism. People swear that I was an activist for advocating for the fact that, like, I wanted to be signed to a major agency as a model who was Black, trans, and disabled because I want to model. And I want to be successful in that because I am passionate and I like fashion and I am a working person. That was me trying to get a job, and that's me trying to get other people jobs. That's not activism. And I know you know that. I know you know that. I know you know. I know you know.
Yeah.
No, I know you know. But other people don't know that, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why, my intention for this show has been so crystal clear for me, in that I want to be able to be a trans like personality interviewing trans people, so that we can get past all of the identity politics and all of those like buzzwords, and actually get at the root of our passions and our art and our talent. And I was doing research on the interviews that you've done in the past, and those buzzwords always came up over and over and over.
Always. I'm telling you, always. Like, they never really caught me a break. They never wanted to ever be like, in fact, they never actually write articles about my modeling. They write articles about me being a model who was Black, trans, and disabled, and just continue that point continuously throughout the entire article.
Yeah, and I, I'm interested in getting to know you as the artist. So yeah, thank you again for.
No, thank you. This is so valuable. I'm so happy I can talk to you like this. Thank you so much.
So when did you want to be a model, and how did you start your career?
I started modeling in 2017. I was 16/17. I got into modeling because I love fashion. I've always loved fashion. I love fashion being a reflection of contemporary society. Fashion is the highest, most public, most visible form of self-expression. I think that fashion is so crucial to pop culture and the way the world revolves in itself and what is desirable and what is not desirable. I just fell in love with it. I really did. And I never once saw nobody who was in a wheelchair, rarely any people who are Black. Then again, rarely any trans people, trans representation. You only see like white cis people who are able-bodied and tall. And it's like, that's not the world. I don't go outside and see that. I go outside and see my family, my chosen family. Fashion is so queer. Fashion is so queer. Like a lot of these creatives and creators are queer. Honestly, if you want me to keep it 100, white gay men. So I'm like, I am trans. Y'all are queer and gay. Where's the solidarity here? Like, I genuinely ask myself that. Like, this is a space that's being kind of like held up by these people. How do you forget transness? How do you forget the girls? The girls are fashion. So it's like, all these things came together for me, and I'm just like, no way. This can't work. I love fashion too much to let it sit like this. So I got myself together. I got a whole plan together. I literally took digitals. I was drafting my tweet like an essay. The tweet that went viral, I was drafting it like an essay. Like I was plotting this. I was masterminding this. I made that tweet and it went big viral. Like beyond anything that I could have ever imagined for myself.
I remember seeing that happen in real time.
Like it was like, oh my god, I didn't know what to think. I was trying to get attention, but I didn't know it would get like that.
Right.
And it did, and that was really good. But I was 16, so I had like self-esteem issues. Even though I had these problems, I'm just like, I'm gonna grow my little skin so that I can like take over the world. And I did. I was in high school doing this. Like, I used to be in like classes at the back of the class on my laptop. Like I'd have one tab open that's emails, writing W-2s and responding to people, making photo shoots happen. And then the next tab would be like me doing like math homework really quickly. January 2018 was the first time I ever met my agent. Yeah, I met them because Hunter Schaefer, who is my sweetest love, was once at Elite New York City, which is our former agency, and she was like, "You gotta meet Richie," and I'm like, "Oh my god, let me meet Richie." So we went to the agency, and I met Richie. The first thing they ever said to me was, "I've never seen anyone like you before." I put together a little makeshift portfolio for them. They liked it, and I left the meeting not knowing what was going to happen. And August 2018, Elite had emailed me saying that they wanted to confirm me for the agency. And I remember just like crying in my bedroom. I was sobbing. I was literally like so happy.
Your love of fashion, I think, gives so many other people permission to also love fashion. I think that a big misconception of fashion is that it's like, yeah, it's for the elite, it's for white cis thin people, it's shallow, it's vapid, right? But what you're saying is also that it has the potential to change perceptions, and it's
yes,
culture and visibility, and so we can't minimize the impact that fashion has.
You cannot. Mm-mm.
And I also do want to shout out your team. They were so protective of you and so supportive of you. And when they interviewed me, they were kind of like, "Who are you? Why do you want to talk to her?" And it makes me think of this Whoopi quote where she was like, if you can get people to believe in you and trust you, anything is possible. And so, you have so many people who believe in you and trust you. And so I see that anything is possible for you.
I want to say that my manager literally loves you, though. Like, literally, we love you. Like, we literally love you.
No, y'all are the sweetest. And the love that y'all have for each other is very visceral, What makes you feel sexy?
Oh my god. Yes! I love this question. What makes you feel sexy? Oh my god.
So,
some Rihanna music.
What's the secret?
It's some Rihanna.
Mm.
Yes, Rihanna is my Pisces twin. So I just have to hear her and wear some Fenty and it's over. When it comes to being sexy and feeling sexy and having that kind of self-power, that kind of like self-love, sexy is just like a state of like, sexy is a state of being.
You said you were a Pisces. When's your birthday?
Oh my god, my birthday is March 15th.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday. It's coming up.
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna be 20.
That's also mind-blowing. I'm like, wow, you are only 20. You have so much more.
Oh my god.
For the world.
I feel so old. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces rising, so
Oh my god, exactly. Wait, you're Pisces rising. That's why see. I knew you were the real one.
What kinds of photographers do you love working with?
I love photographers that are like young and black and queer. And I guess those who I can relate to, because they can relate to me and then we can make a vision.
When you get, visionaries together, it's over. I always tell people that like the photographers I love working with are people who have vision. Like exactly what you're saying.
Literally.
And
Literally.
so much of what I do in my drag stuff is so, I'm doing it all. I'm doing my makeup, I'm doing the creative vision. So
my love, can I just say that like your performances, they feel so cinematic and beautiful. Like I feel like I'm watching movies when I see your stuff. I'm just like, wow, like you're making art. Like this is like that's art. Like that's fashion. Like this is filmmaking. Like wow. Like yes.
Thank you.
Yes, no, it's so true. Like you serve. You really serve every time.
Thank you. That means the world to me. And yeah, it's because I get to work with people who, I can be like, here's my rough idea, here's my rough, direction. And then they can give me that like crystal clear, okay, this is what we're doing and this is how we execute it.
No, it literally feels so like perfect and like cinematic. Like I feel like I'm in a movie. I feel like I'm in a sickening movie with you. I'm just like, yes, take your viewers through an experience. Yes.
We're selling the fantasy, the experience, the entire.
You are selling it, honey. It's giving.
Following your lead, I gotta keep up.
No, oh my God, listen.
So anyways, back to you. What is I know you just said that you're about to turn 20, which is mind-blowing. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished thus far. And because you are still so young, what is your long-term vision for your career and where you want it to go?
I want to be a guidance counselor when I'm old. I want to be a guidance counselor or a therapist.
We need more counselors and therapists and mentors like you.
No, because like when I was in high school, I really needed my guidance counselor. And I knew how important that was to me. Like I had a place to go. I had something to do. And I know how important that is to kids sometimes. I want to be able to help those kids if they need it. Seriously.
Wow. I was not expecting that answer.
Really? Oh my God. No. I've been thinking this for a long time. It's like I've literally told everyone, like, you guys, do you know that I want to be a guidance counselor? Just like, what? I'm just like, yes.
I love that that's like the long-term vision.
We need so much love. Like those kids need so much love and support. And if I'm gonna be an adult, I want to make sure that some kids that are kids and who are struggling can have that support that they need.
It's the kids, they need us, and I think what you said too about what it has meant for you to be a kid and navigate all these things, right? And how you always bring it back to, I'm really just, especially in older interviews, right? Like I'm just a teenage girl trying to make my dreams come true. And that's it,
I am a teenage girl. Like I am literally a model. I'm not an enigma. I'm not a question mark. I'm not a circus show of a model. I am a model. I'm just like these other girls.
Well, speaking of like your youth and what it means to be a teenager and a kid, what has been navigating your love life been like as a supermodel?
Oh, it sucks. It's so funny because this is such a big part of my life. I just never had talked to anyone about it like this, I talked to my best friends about it.
Right.
Oh my God. Thank you for asking. I should talk about this. Like, okay, you know something, and I'm trying to be more open about my experience because I am a woman. I'm a girl. Because you just never know who's gonna hear your experience when you say something. I've had a really bad time dating. Like really, 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 really bad. I started dating when I was 13. I am queer, and for a long time, I had exclusively dated like cis men and pandered towards that. It took me this long to realize that I've spent like 6 to 7 years of my life to no avail trying to resolve like intense emotional and mental trauma that I was subjected to from being like a girl who wanted a boyfriend when I was younger. Like it escalated into like this horrific cycle. Like in a nutshell, My first ever experience with love, I was cheated on and then used to cheat on someone with. Like, it was really messed up. And I was 13. At that age, when 13-year-old girls want a boyfriend, they see Disney Channel. They want the Disney Channel boyfriend. They want the nice things that they see on TV. I wasn't getting that. We both got together and dumped him, actually, which was cool of us. We were awesome for that. We were young and awesome for that.
I know that's right. Yes.
You know, it took me this long to realize that I have spent 6 to 7 years of my life talking to man after man after man after man after man. After man after man after man. Mm-hmm. After man after man after man. After man. I'm talking candidly from my experience because, like, a lot of teenage girls go through this. Whether you're like trans or cis, like a lot of us go through this. I have been mistreated and abused and taken advantage of by cis men. These things are real. They happen to supermodels and models and artists and people. Like, we're not like not vulnerable to these things. They happen to anyone. Like trans women, trans non-binary people. Like, oh my God, we go through so much. We go through so much all the time. Dating is not just a conversation that I can have. Like, oh, I've dated. Like, no, I was like abused when I was dated. These are things that I'm working through every day of my life. I'm angry. I'm very angry. I'm very angry for trans women that when trans women love cis men, that we are so often treated like this. I say this point because it's happened to like every girl that I know.
Yeah. An unfortunate universal kind of experience that girls face, you know, the violence and mistreatment of their vulnerable desire for love and care, right? And that desire to be loved and seen and held makes us so susceptible to that abuse and to that violence. And you know, and that's, you know, why I became a therapist, because I was like, how do I even begin to heal from all of this and help other people who have had similar experiences like you and so many others also heal. And thank you for sharing everything that you did and for
thank you. No, thank you. It really stemmed from something so innocent. Like, I'm just like, I'm a little girl. I want a boyfriend. And then, you know, suddenly like life just hits you like a bus. No one has to abuse you or treat you like that. No one has to do that. No matter what the reason is, nobody has to treat you the way that they do. They can just love you. They can just be with you. They can just nurture you and be in your life. They have the capacity to do so. It's like most of the time they don't want to. And it just leads to this like abusive cycle.
What I hope for everyone who carries that kind of abuse experience and is a survivor is for them to be able to find spaces where they can reclaim that innocent desire for love, because that in and of itself is not, you know, it's not why we're at fault for the abuse that we face, right? It's not in and of itself a bad thing to want, right? And so how can we find spaces where we get to say, I am needy and I do need love, and please see me.
This is so nice. Thank you for like, thank you. Like from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because like I wanted to like feel like I wasn't unlovable. This is something that like I go through every day, and I just like I don't really talk about it.
Yeah. And something that we all deserve to feel, you know, and we unfortunately start to look for that affirmation in all the wrong places, you know, and we have to do the really hard internal work of affirming for ourselves that our worth is innate.
It truly takes years.
And, you know, as a therapist who helps other people, you know, I always have to hold myself accountable to the things that I say. It's not a thing where I'm like, okay, I'm healed and now I get to heal other people. You know, it's ongoing, you know.
It's ongoing. It truly is. I think that I think that's what makes you so powerful as a therapist, because like you are using your love within your knowledge of your own experiences to kind of bring a space for people. And that is powerful as a therapist.
So this all kind of leads me to my last question that I want to leave us with is, what does healing look like for you?
Oh my gosh. Can I be honest?
Yeah, please.
I'm figuring it out. I'm going to say something. Social media is such an interesting tool because it can portray people in a light that makes people feel that people are so much more important than other people. I know I had this career as a model. I know I'm a supermodel. I'm so happy to have it. But I am the most regular person in the entire world.
Yeah.
And it's scary. And like I decided that I want to operate my life that way and interact with people that way and interact from a place of honesty and genuineness, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make it to the next day. Like, honestly.
Yes. When I do see trans women of color succeed, and get access to representation, I always think to myself, at what cost did that come? Because, as a trans woman, I know the cost that I've paid
Right.
to get here,
Right.
and so I see that in other people, and I'm like, I recognize that this did not come for free.
No, no, no. And thank you. 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 Because no. And I don't think people and I think people don't understand the type of person that I am because of that. Like, no, like, talking to you girl to girl, like, I don't know, you get it. Like, we are so human.
Yes.
You can't escape it. You can't, like, we're not exempt from being human. I am a supermodel, but like, not only did I work my ass off to get here, I still live with my dad and my brother in the Bronx, in like West South Bronx. Like, I still live in the Bronx. I'm with my family. My mom lives in Antigua. Like, my life is real. Like,
Yeah.
you can't escape these things. I can't escape myself. Social media and the way that the world works is people is trying to constantly put up a facade to make people happy. And it's like, no, I want to be real with you, and I want to make real world things happen. And we get that so much, and other people try to escape that. And it's why I operate the way that I do. It's why my social media look crazy, because I post sporadically. Like, it really is real life. I post in a real life manner. Like,
I am so moved to be able to see your humanity and have you see mine. And
no, listen,
you,
I am so, like, I'm elated to hear you, see you. Like, I'm honestly floored. I feel like this is doing something to my brain a little bit. Like, my heart is so open right now.
yeah, mine too. I'm like getting emotional because it's like,
No, literally.
I see you, sis, and I really thank you for everything that you do. And
No, sis, thank you, and you're just you are a true beauty inside and out, true beauty.
I hope that, as we continue to do this work, that people continue to see us as humans, as people walking around with wounds that we need to heal, and recognize that putting us on pedestals is not going to free us.
No. Mm-mm.
Not. And reducing us to our identities is not liberation.
No, it's not. You're taking the words right out of my mouth. Oh my God, you are brilliant. Wow. That is exactly what I've been trying to say in all them sentences. What you just said, what you just said is so important. Like, you know, being a supermodel did not exempt me from being mistreated and abused by men my whole life as a girl. It didn't exempt me from being homeless. Like, I'm not exempt from any of the things that I've experienced in my life. I'm not exempt from being disabled. I'm not exempt from having the surgeries that I've had in my life. Like, these things stay with me. I can't just drop it because I have a runway contract. Like, no. I'm gonna carry myself with me, because you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to do. like, I,
you
like,
know
I hope that makes sense.
yeah, and I hope people recognize that the work that we do and the effort that we put in comes at such a high cost, and to recognize that this one photo that you see is the culmination of a lifetime of pain and growth and beauty and love, and all we want to do at the end of the day is care for ourselves.
Can I tell you something, sis?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I was much different. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I was much different like a year ago. I wanted to make sure that everyone liked me. Then the pandemic hit, and all the things that happened to me. Oh my God, I went through so much in 2020, Alex. Like I went through so much. Like it was September that I was actually hospitalized. I had pneumonia in September 2020. Very suddenly. It wasn't COVID related, but it was bad enough where I had to be in the hospital for like 7 days. And while I was in there, I was mistreated in the hospital, and I lost the ability to properly use my working hands. My hand is my lifeline, to say the least. Like my right hand has been the way that I've been able to literally do what I do with myself. For because I think that as a disabled person, um, whatever range of motion that you have is crucial to you if you have it.
Right.
And like because of what they did, I could not use my hands. I had difficulty brushing my teeth, eating. Like I could not feed myself anymore. I could barely brush my teeth. I can't put my hand to my head properly. Like I can't stretch out my hand properly. And then this is the hand I used to use to like do my makeup and my hair. Like like and then on top of that, on top of me getting sick like that, I had a relationship and it went really, really, really bad. And this all happened at once.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, and then I lost a family friend. And oh my God, this all happened at once. It all happened at once. And this is not the first time I've been through tragedy like this, but it happened all at once. And it happened so fast. And it just swept me off my feet completely. I just realized, like, I have no more inhibitions to hold on to. I have been defeated. Like, whatever, like, honestly, it left me so on my knees. Like, I'm just like, at this point, I have no inhibitions. Like, this is life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live it.
Yes, and that is the true. Okay, like so emotional and passionate, but that is the true power of what it means to be a trans woman, because
Literally.
fought so hard against so many forms of structural and systemic violence and interpersonal violence on every level. And so for us to still get up and say, and I'm gonna make art with everything I still have left in me, right? Is the true beauty of what I think it means to uplift queer and trans divinity, you know?
Yes. Yes. 100%. Yes. And you are so right. You are so right. You are so, 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 so right. That's what it's all about. Wow, you really nailed it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that you went through all of that. And, I know so many people have been struggling over this last year, especially. And it's important for people to recognize that, you know, fame and clout, these things that so many people, I think kids too, chase, right?
Right.
Is not salvation, you know?
No, it's not. It's like it don't save you from nothing. People are way too complicit in hurting people. It's not normal. It should be talked about and fixed expeditiously.
And what we need to be doing is refocusing. Stop talking about how resilient we are and start talking about how violent these men are and how violent
Yes.
society is. Okay?
Yes.
Like,
Yes, exactly.
thank you for recognizing that I've survived shit, but what are you gonna do about it? Because I'm
Right? Like
gonna do about it.
okay, the man is hurting me. He's hurting me. Are you gonna tell him to stop hurting me, please? Like, huh?
Yeah. From the hospital to accessibility to representation to tokenism, we need to refocus. You know what I mean? As much as I
We
love
truly do.
being uplifted, but again, this pedestal is not going to save me. This pedestal is not going to save us from all the violence that's happening in the world. So what are we doing about that? And when are we going to have that conversation?
Truly. And it's yet to be had. I'm waiting. I'm
Yeah.
waiting with bated breath.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time, but this has been so.
My love, you have not taken any of my time. This was, oh my God. No, I'm seriously like, my heart is extremely open. I'm extremely grateful to have done this at all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you from a deep place in my heart. Thank you.
No, honestly, same right back to you. Thank you. I feel so humbled and blessed. And, this project was really a survival and a passion project. I saw the dolls and my friends and my chosen family struggling so much over the last year to find work after the clubs closed. And we needed to, adapt and be digital, and for you to lend your platform and your power and your story to this project, to the moment, a show that is truly about independently uplifting, trans women and trans femmes and trans performers and trans artists. Like, it really means the world to us.
You are brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant, and your work is brilliant. And thank you for uniting in such a huge way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, thank you for being on The Moment, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure to follow Aaron Rose Phillip if you are not already doing so. She is the moment and will continue to be the moment, and she will take us to where we need to go. And thank you for being here.
Thank you. No, thank you so much for having me. This was a great honor. Thank you so much, everyone.
So much.